Hello everybody and welcome back to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel. I'm on More Bus Videos, otherwise known as And More Central, depending on what day of the week and what video you're watching. And welcome to something I've been quite excited about, our sort of brand new mini-series in the OMSI world. We do our mini-series. Our previous mini-series looked at Cranley, and one of our final videos in that series was on this bus, the still brand new Master Switch Studios Lancs bus OmniDekka, otherwise known as the Scania OmniDekka. Now, since we last spoke when I was driving the OmniDekka, I have discovered a couple of things. I have now launched in with the 12-metre specification, the long one that they have. They have 3 specs. We'll go through them in the video if you missed the previous one. I have also downloaded a free branding pack. The branding pack basically just had Scania names in places where they were missing, and a few other bits like that to just finish us off the bus nicely. And I have downloaded this repaint, the Harlequin Lovian repaint for the demonstrator bus that they have. That again, as we go through the video, I will explain. But all in all, the repaint looks absolutely phenomenal. As we are blinded up correctly, we are on Lincolnshire version 4. Yes, Mr. Moose has continued to work on Lincolnshire, initially starting as Scunthorpe, then creating the Gainsborough map, then expanding off the Gainsborough map and expanding and expanding. Our previous update took us on the new 103 route and to Retford on the 95. And now we're in Retford. Retford's a place I've been in real life. It has taken us to the 47 and the 47A. Now, the 47 and 47A are services that still run until this day. They run 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, from Retford and go around the local estates. I've been on the 47 in one of my videos on the And More Central channel. If you want to watch one of my videos exploring the Tridents around Lincolnshire, I think it's in that one, that video where I took a Trident on the 99 to Retford and then went on an ALX 400 Trident round the 47 route. So I'm really excited for this. So I've got it all blind up, I've got the bus all set up. We are driving SN04 CPE. I've got the blind all set up again. With the Lancs bus OmniDekka comes a HOF file for Lincolnshire version 4. So again, we've got this lovely fun, lovely setup of the blinds. It's all been done perfect because again, for this vehicle, the HOF files were made specifically, so it is one of those that the HOF files are made for. And just before we go around to stand, I just want to show you the interior, because yes, there are set bar seats. So to answer what we were discussing previously, for anybody who might be unsure, since I last did that video, quite a few repaints have come out, all with different seats. So yes, nowadays, with these buses, like it is standard with everything, you can choose the different types of seats. So for this one, we've got these seats, the kind of seats you found with Lothian buses back in the day, and Stagecoach. You can also have the other seats that were found with the Arriva repaint pack, and some of the others, like the ones that you find at the Go North East OmniDekkers, because there is now a Go North East repaint pack. It's coming up very, very soon. For now, though, I am going to reverse the bus out. We'll go around the block to the stand. And then we'll make a move. Just to note as well, we have a lovely and exciting new ticket machine here. And the ticket machine is reflective of the era of this vehicle. Quite exciting. It looks like the ticket machine has just set itself up for this one, presumably because it is a new style interface. That was a curve. It is a new style interface. So, new style ticket machine. Again, another exciting additional feature with this bus. I have to be quite quick because I was due to leave stand already. So these operators circulars, so they spend their time in Retford, so their main timing point is in Retford bus station, but they're sort of circulars, so they do one loop on another loop. I think by the looks of it, Mr. Moose has split it, so they possibly do the different loops as 47 and 47A, or they might just do the same loop and do it clockwise, anti-clockwise. I can't remember. I will have a proper look and I will have a proper research for the next video. But for now, I just wanted to get in driving this 47 just to see what it's like initially, so we can then compare and contrast with the following video. If you look as well, the bus station here has changed. So as part of our Lincolnshire version 4 update, Retford has a proper bus station. Mr. Moose has built this sort of nice structure with the seats here, just like you find in real life. In real life, you do have a nice travel office here in the corner where I always collect plenty of leaflets from. Lincolnshire bus stations always have plenty of leaflets. And then just like positioned accurately as to where they are in real life is the toilets as well. Nice additional feature. So we are doing this run. This run should take us about 22 minutes. And it looks like we possibly are going around one way and the 47A does it. I presume we go around clockwise, the 47A does it anti-clockwise. We do Retford to Retford. In real life, when they get to Retford, they then go to another estate. I don't know if that's replicated in this yet. We will find out. I think at the moment it is just the one loop that's on the map. I don't think both loops are on it. So I think it's just the one loop. The whole crop loop, I believe, is the one that I've already done in real life. So that should be quite cool. You do notice the length in this vehicle. You feel it with the weight. I think that's one big positive with this bus to start off with. Is you do feel that length on the vehicle. You feel it because it does feel heavier to drive than the 10.6 metre that I have been driving quite recently before I start filming this. You do feel that weight. Yeah, because I think some 47, the other side of the loop turns right. So yeah. This is the loop that I did on the video, but there is another loop you can do. But you do feel that length. You really do as you're going around the corners. Like I'm having to slow down a little bit more for the corners. With the weight distribution as well, it also allows you to pick up speed a little bit quicker. So for context, this is all new. This wasn't previously here on the previous release. This is all brand new stuff. So this area is brand new. So what's the crack with SNL4C CPE? Because Lothian don't have these vehicles. So what's going on? We'll see. Where's our sunlight? Our sunlight is in totally the wrong place. Sunlight's behind us at the moment. That's good. So what's the crack with this bus then? SNL4 CPU. So this is a repaint pack very recently made, and I think it's might be the first one for the 12 metre variation. I just looked at it, I thought, that looks awesome. I was like, we are driving with that, so I thought the introduction to our Lancs bus and Lincolnshire series, 10 episodes on the channel, has to be this vehicle. It looks just amazing. So, basically, this was 999. Now, this vehicle was new in 2004 to Lothian buses. It was a longer variation. And it was to Lothian specification. The idea behind it is at the time, Lothian were looking to buy new vehicles. They had just purchased their Tridents, and they were looking for the next batch of buses. And at the time, Lothian was a big vehicle buyer. They would buy buses in mass. So if you got Lothian's interest, you'd make a lot of money. So as we all know, they do now have 55, or did, because they have got rid of them all now, sold them all up. But they did have 55, 06 and 56 plated B7 Gemini, so they did go for both the B7s in the end. But this was one of the contenders. A longer, because that's what they were looking for at the time as well, a longer double-deck high-capacity bus for the city streets that had the power to go up the hills. Oh, we're going in here. Oh, we are doing something totally different. How exciting. Let's see, is it... Oh yeah, the 47A comes the other way around, so we'll do that in the next video. That's the other way around. So they were looking for a high capacity bus, so this went on demo. It was there for quite a while. It did okay, but in the end Lothian did go for their Volvo B7s, then their B9s, and the rest is history. So it is a shame, is a big shame that they didn't get some Scanias. But as I say, this was on trial, and this repaint, this is one of my favourite liveries of all time. Is this one of my favourite liveries of all time? The Harlequin Logan livery. So I think this is absolutely awesome, and that we have this in the game. I think it is amazing. So it was a trial boss. They do also have, and I was tempted to drive a bit, but I thought, oh, I better go with the Lothian one. The Riverside one, so the same Riverside names on it. That was from a CBeebies TV show called Me Too. That was a series I grew up with. That was based around Lothian buses, based around very different jobs, and one of them was bus cleaner. At Lothian buses, but it was branded as Riverside buses for copyright reasons. Copyright and legal reasons, I believe. So it is good to know. So what have we established so far from driving this variation? So we've established that 12.79, you get the 10.61 we drove in the previous series that we'll be revisiting very soon. You get that. You also get the dual door one that we've yet to drive. I'm going to drive that very soon. And then you get this one, the 12 metre, the longer variation. That features set bars. So all three vehicles feature set bars. So we know that all three buses, you can change the seats around, you can change the ticket machines around, you can change panelling colours. So that means you can have different vehicles. You're not just strapped down in the same seat, you can have different vehicles. I don't know, as I say, as of yet with the blinds. I think all the blinds are LED, unfortunately. I think they are all LED blinds. Some slight variations I think can be made on them, but overall they are still all LEDs. I don't think there's any dot matrix or rollers, because I believe in order to have them, you do have to have a totally different model, and we only have 3 basic model types to select. So I think based on that, they'll all have LEDs, but you can have your set bars with your different types of seats. So that is a positive. It does just look so much longer as well, does this? Absolutely huge is this bus. It's just amazing. Really, really cool. Like the length on this is so substantial. Like you notice it when you're driving just round the corners. You're driving along, you absolutely feel it beyond belief. It is absolutely huge, is this vehicle. I think it's cool. It's really cool that it is absolutely ginormous. And we've had quite a lot of like double deck vehicles that are standard length, nothing too exciting. This though, this has character. This is something totally different. It's awesome. So we'll get rid of that again. Just trying to get a nice. I was hoping on this particular variation that the camera would be centered purely because of the length. I am a little bit disappointed that that isn't the case. But either or, still good. I do dread to think how well this climbs hills. It's a 10.6 metre one's quite slow on hill climb. You do feel that this is definitely weightier. I do worry that this might just not do hills. And because of how the cab layout's been done on this one, there's no, presumably on this set bar, they've not put a driver protection screen. I can actually see my doors and I can see what's coming. That's really good. On the one with the driver protection screen, with that Arriva one we did, I couldn't see a thing. That was not good. Oh no, so we must do a similar section of loop along here and then, I don't know. I'm trying to work it out. There's some definite loop sections. Very confusing. I think when I went in it as a passenger, I was very confused. So it's nothing from the norm there.
Good day, driver.
It is really cool. I think I'm warming to the sounds. I am warming to the sounds. In the previous video I did with this, my first looks, I was a little bit like something's missing with them, but I do think I'm warming to them. I think what's missing is it could be a little bit more gearbox twang, a little bit more of a sort of high-pitched twang for the gearbox. The gearbox is very quiet on these, especially in the cab. You do hear the gearbox. You really, really do hear the gearbox.
Hello,
when you set it
the
off.
man you're looking for.
I think we could have a little bit more of a twang from that, but minus that, I can't fault it whatsoever. Really, really can't fault it. Now let's look at the actual route. So I've told you £12.79. We've got we've got a lovely amazing repaint. I do have other repaints lined up what we've got a lovely amazing repaint, 12 metre variation. Seems to be quite nice. We've discovered the set bars with all the different repaints. We have set bars, how exciting. So now with the map. So what's happened in version 4 then? So to the best of my knowledge, version 4 has seen the addition of the 47 and the 47A route. It has also seen the introduction of an improved Retford bus station that we have seen. I believe there's also been some minor improvements, some very minor improvements to the likes of Games bus station, Lincoln bus station and what have. I haven't driven there yet. This is my first drive on Lincolnshire version 4, so that is what I'm going by, what was stated on the feedback thread. This is fine. Whereas the lighting will not be right for this. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be. Excellent stuff. I was hoping we'd get a nice turning shot. So there is some improvements that have been made here and there for this, quite a few. I don't know what's happened regarding some of the other services. I think some of the town services have changed slightly. And oh, why? Why did you turn into me? Every video I was like, it's waiting. It's actually waiting for us. I can't believe OMSI 2 has learned how to wait. And then he just pulled out in front of me. Waiting until I'd cleared the box and pulled out in front. There'd have been no way I'd have been able to avoid that unless I'd have just predicted it was going to go and slammed on. In which case, I'm like, couldn't have really predicted that. Oh, let's get a little bit more of a turn on, a little bit more. And now let's get a nice turning screenshot. Oh, wow. Just look at this. Guys, epic. Delivery, I think, is heavily influencing my opinions at the moment. But, goodness me, it is absolutely stunning. So, it's genuinely one of my favourite liveries. One of my favourite bus repaint bus liveries of all time. Let me know what one of your favourites is in the comments below. Love to read about it. Might always get a chance to reply to them. I do always read the comments, so it'd be really nice to read what you think is a good repaint. What your favourite liveries of all time? For me, as I say, this is one of my top ones. So there's definitely some variation between the 47 and the 47A. But yeah, what do I have planned to cover over these videos? So, well, I want to do a couple focused on Lincolnshire, but also with this figure. I cannot see altering that way. Brilliant. Thank you for waiting, car. What we got out in it? So what have I got planned for this series? So I've got a couple of videos starting on here. We're going to do a couple of videos where we cover the likes of the 47A. We'll do the 47A next, as would be expected. That was definitely 47, wasn't it? Yeah, 47 and 47. I just saw 47A, 47A turn, so I better just check. So we're going to do a few videos focusing on Lincolnshire, focusing on the OmniDekka, so we'll do a little bit of both. Then we'll jump away from Lincolnshire for a little bit. We'll have a look purely at the OmniDekka, see how this bus performs on some of the other maps, see some of the repaints as they are being released. Then we'll bounce back to Lincolnshire, but we'll bounce back to Lincolnshire with some other buses. We'll have a chat about the current affairs with Lincolnshire. We will speak about the likes of the new MMCs that are arriving in Gainsborough, some of the service changes that have taken place, some of the OMSI 2 buses that are accurately now based in Gainsborough that we can drive and go, hang on a second, we can physically drive the real buses there. A couple of bits like that.
Hello,
And then at the very end, I've got quite an exciting video planned that I'm putting a bit of time aside for, because it'll take a fair bit of time to film. A very exciting video to film at the very end, possibly one or two, depending on how I feel, to consolidate everything, put it together. There's quite a lot of exciting stuff planned. That's the mainline railway. That is well cool. That is the ECML. That's awesome. I think it's ECML. Games UK is playing OMSI 2, no doubt, providing you all with a lovely Lamps Plus OmniDekka video. This is cool. I forgot that the 47 had this much going to it. I do remember now coming along this actual road and seeing the railway. I do remember it. Oh wow. As I say, there is a video on the Ammo Central channel. Please do go and check that one out for a bit of a compare and contrast. That really does compare with this route nicely. I am driving this route and I'm like, we object to being here. So this is really cool. I think it's just awesome having a high capacity dual axle double decker in OMSI 2 now. And we have quite a lot of triaxles thanks to the Hong Kong weld that are lovely. But it's quite nice to have the long OmniDekkers. We've got the short ones, but lots of people have been brought up around Reading buses ones, Nottingham buses ones. Might have been in Lothian land when this was on demo. And I think it's just really cool that we got them, and it's incredibly cool that in this day and age we've got we might have to curb this in order to get past. The joys of 100 double deckers and parallel. We've all got something that we can relate to, and the idea of set bars mean that we've got things. Oh goodness, that's a sideways bus stop. Definitely missed them less. So we've got that set bars, then there's the seat set bars, then we've got the different destination blinds. Remember the position of the destination blind and the Arriva one was slightly different. This one's up there, that's cool. We've got the wheel trims on this, just like we would in Lothian land, the wheel trims. Unfortunately, you probably wouldn't get said wheel trims on the likes of Arriva, that's why they weren't on the Arriva on the Dekkers, but on this Lothian bus, look at those wheel trims. Just the whole thing's just awesome. And then you've got the white destination blinds on this as well, white LEDs. That again look really cool. So a lot of different set bars, a lot of different options. Yes, it is just 3 vehicle types that you select from, but those who repaint, lots of different set bars to make sure that the repaints that you drive are so personalised that it is like you're driving the real life thing. You're not looking inside and going, oh, the seats are a little bit different, oh, the lights are a little bit different. You can be as accurate as physically possible. That is awesome. How we doing for time? Well, we caught up sometimes. This is still very tight at the time, this route. Very tight at the time. And I could not tell you where I'd have been. Because of how much of an estate we've done, I could not tell you. Like with the Spring Park estate in Gainsborough, because we've had that in OMSI for quite a while, I can get my head round there. There we go. You see, this now you understand why this estate doesn't get long 12-metre Scania OmniDekkers. This is why it gets your normal about 10 metre, 10.5 metre Tridents, Trident 2s nowadays. Gainsborough sadly doesn't have any proper Tridents left. Any Alexis or Presidents all gone now. All gone. The last places within Eastminster still have them. So we go straight on here. See, so we do that estate first, that estate to our left, then we'll go around that top one. The 47A does it the opposite way around with a few minor changes here and there. That's cool. That's cool. I think it does an extra section in that main estate. That's cool. Now, from memory as well, I believe this section is where the 1990 Doncaster goes on. Mr. Moose will probably be watching the video.
Hello, driver. Oh, hello.
Oh, what's coming? I really hope that we get a 1990 Doncaster at some point soon. That would be absolutely epic. So, just my usual, my regular Lincolnshire video play. Now that we physically have the road to Doncaster, we have it, Mr. Moose, you've built it. Let's have Doncaster now. Let's have a bit of Yorkshire in Lincolnshire. Let's get like the border section done. But now you feel the weight if you go around here. I think that was the issue when this bus was first released. It got rectified quite quickly. Is the models for acceleration and braking and turning were the same on both the 10.6 and this. Now this you drive naturally slower because it is bigger and heavier. The shorter OmniDekka, because it isn't as long, it isn't as big. The acceleration were more rapid because of you've not got all that weight. You drove it quicker, but it wasn't the driving reaction and the passenger reaction wasn't set up for that properly. That's why there were a couple of issues that have now been solved. They were the first things that were done. Oh, we're not. Oh gosh, we're actually constructing. Oh my goodness, we are. I didn't even think. I should have gone round the other way. I don't like that spinning thing in the middle. Oh, I'm not a fan of that. I think we're genuinely going to struggle. I'm sure it's not this tight in real life. We got very, very close to some bollards then. We didn't hit any, as you saw, the bollards were still intact, but we got very close. Yeah, next time I'm just going to go around the other way, I think. Oh, that was really tight. I didn't anticipate that were going to be that bad. I thought I went up to it, I was like, it'll be fine, it'll be tested. Then thinking that this map came out before the bus, I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm pretty certain in real life it isn't that tight, because I've been on 12-metre single deckers around there and not had an issue. So, I don't know. I don't know. Change the blind to not in service. There we go, that's all done. Gosh, it is literally like real life Retford. Everybody's sat there waiting for a bus. Spot on. Yeah, we got back pretty on time, that's impressive. Well, I've got no steering, there we go, let's get some steering on in here. So, I mean, the most local operator in these Midlands and Lincolnshire area that you'll find with these is Johnson Brothers. They bought a lot of them from a few different sources. Quite a lot from Nottingham. I'm sure some came from other places as well. So you can find these with them. So just why I'm like, surely they go around here and Retford and all of that lot. I'm sure they extend to Retford. They run that much around there. They probably will. That's why I thought, well, the 12 metres relatively accurate around East Mids and Lincolnshire. You'll get some with the likes of Johnson's running around Mansfield and Worksop and that kind of area. So they'll surely extend to Retford. I did also really want to drive the repaint because I think the repaint's awesome. I will link in the description the repaint pack that is free to download and where you can find this bus to buy. I do recommend getting it off Steam. You've got everything in one place then. And then if you do change your devices, you just log back into Steam and reinstall it all. So it's easy enough doing it that way. So, yeah, I'll link those in. I'm impressed with the 12-metre variation. I understand now why the 10.6 probably feels slightly heavier than others because it's really weighted to this particular variation that's awesome. I now understand we've got our set bars as well, and our set bars are amazing. So we don't have just a standard seat. We do actually have variations of seating, variations of bits like that. So you can customise, personalise and make the buses like the things you see in real life. And I absolutely love the fact that you can add the wheel trims like they've done on this particular model. With all that said and done, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done, do be sure to click that like button so that more people can find it and enjoy like you have. And if you haven't already, do be sure to subscribe to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel for more content like this on the simulation section. We've obviously 2 videos up twice a week. I've told you what's coming up. Lots more on the OmniDekka, lots more on Lincolnshire. Do make sure you subscribe if you have enjoyed this, you want to see more. And there is also an archive of over 7,000 backseat and engine focused public transport videos from the UK and beyond. We have buses, trams, trains, and more. And we do have plenty of videos of real life scanning on the deck as I've been on. Some 12-metre ones, quite a lot of 12-metre ones actually. Some 12-metre ones with Nottingham still. I actually went on a couple with Nottingham City Transport. Some with other operators. Some older ones, some newer ones, some of this age, some slightly older, some newer. Lots of OmniDekkas on there, so go and check out those playlists if you like them. But for now, I really hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next video, mate. Bye for now. Bye.